pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, it's not. So I liked how you did this Darwin. It definitely shows us the goals and objectives that we talked about last night. And as I was looking it over, looks like you got most of them down.
Mhm.
You guys had a chance to look at it.
I did look at it today, and everything that I recall, our discussion is written there. One of the things that I had the opportunity to do is, I don't know if we can add to this, Darwin, and that was something that we were just talking about here, was the water meter readers. And something that James had just said regarding maybe a cost analysis of what it would cost for the readers / the guys taking a look at it, who has it, who doesn't, is it a successful program in their village, town, city? What the stats might be on some of that. I believe it was discussed at one time. I remember vaguely when I first came on council, and we recognized that the price was very challenging. But if we're talking about something that we can look at perhaps different quadrants or different sections of town and begin to implement it, if we feel that it's feasible for the village, maybe that's something we should jot down as well.
I was also thinking about, as far as that infrastructure, is the oh man, I lost my train of thought. I had to come right back. Hold on. Does anybody else have anything else?
Well, my question is this then, Darwin? So we've got obviously the very large umbrellas, and the objectives are still large. Okay, they're not as detailed as the SMART goals will be. What will be the next step? So let's just pretend that we say this is wonderful. We go ahead at our 24th, June the 24th meeting is my understanding, to approve these. What happens next? Do we take each of these and they become then a SMART goal, or what's?
So you will be hopefully adopting these goals at your June 14th meeting.
14th meeting, thank you, okay.
And then administration and the budget committee of council will be working on these over the next 2 to 3 months as we're preparing the budget document. We will be trying to be able to put costs into each of these. We will be coming back to council to ask you to further prioritize some of these items, because as you know, we're not going to be able to accomplish all of these items in one fiscal year.
Right.
But I would imagine that the council moving forward, when you're starting the budget process next year, you will carry some of these over that we haven't been able to address into your next year's goals and objectives. So over the next few months, once you adopt your goals and objectives, we will use this as our guide to try to identify what we can program into the upcoming budget. We will have further discussions with council. We will try to put costs to some of these items. We will ask you to further prioritize them, and then hopefully your top priorities will be included in the proposed budget when that's submitted to you in late August, I believe.
And that's the 21-22 budget, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
It just dawned on me, the lift station.
The lift station,
Yeah, the one out there on
Eagle Road,
yeah, Beagle Road.
that really needs to be on there too.
Yeah, and
Remind me, what's
That's
the Generac thing?
the Generac thing, yes. That thing has been plaguing the village for years now,
Yes,
Mhm.
years,
since probably before you came on
Yes.
council.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably been 5 years, hasn't it?
at least 5 years. Maybe Mike could. You know how long that lift station and Generac issue's been on, Mike?
He's working in dispatch. He may
Oh,
not be
okay.
able to-
All right, that's good. That's okay.
No, I agree with you guys that Generac needs to be taken care of because that other backup generator's just sitting out there, taking the weather and being abused. So we're gonna wind up purchasing two before the
Mhm.
one is replaced.
That's been at least 5 years, hasn't it, Mike? Maybe probably more like 7.
Yeah, it's been way too long. We need to hold them accountable. But even if we can't do that, we still need to replace it. So we might as well move forward with it.
Yeah, definitely put it on the this list that we have. Right?
Wasn't that with Jeff?
And that was
Yes, Jeff was supposed to be working on it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Mike, did you get a chance to look at the email that Darwin sent about the budget goals and objectives?
I did. Yes.
You got everything down, don't you think?
Are we trying to wean them down? Is that what this
No,
session's gonna be, or?
not yet, Mike. Darwin had just stated that, hopefully that this can be adopted at the June 14th meeting. And then the administration and the budget committee will go ahead, and that's you, big guy. You're gonna go ahead and, work on, coming up with, the numbers and prioritizing, these items with council.
Perfect. Okay.
Would that be essentially, okay. So if I understand correctly, if we're cool with this and don't have any specific additions, this is what we can go with, now that we talked about the water meter reader and the
Lift station.
lift station.
Correct, we'll add those two items.
Right, but I would like to go like say goal number 1 is to promote proper management of capital and assessments and infrastructure. And then this is primarily for the public. We have 14 objectives under that one.
Oh, I see what you're saying, okay.
And goal number 2 is promote recruitment and retention of highly effective and talented staff and services. Number 3 goal is to promote efficient and effective municipal operations and services. Number 4 is to promote sound and prudent financial management. Goal number 5 is to promote public health, safety, and welfare. And 6 is to promote community economic vitality. And that's what came out of last night's meeting. So, anything else?
Just to clarify for the two items that you added tonight.
Right.
So the water meter readers would be something that would go under promote efficient and effective municipal operations and services, since it would, if we did move ahead with that project, it would streamline our water meter reading process. So we'll put that under that goal. And then the Beagle Road lift station, the generator issue would go under capital assets and infrastructure.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm. And as always, we know that we can add to if we come up with something else.
I think we did a pretty good job. I don't see any reason to be here on Friday night or Darwin, do you?
Unless the council feels that there's any more changes that need to be made to this, we are good until the June 14th meeting. If council should decide that council members should decide that you want to add something, just let us know by next Wednesday, and I can make sure and include that in my background brief for council, so that you can discuss any further changes during our meeting on the 14th.
Okay,
I think having the suggestion of having the budget committee was a wonderful thing. Now that we've done this, and then you guys can take it from there. That's a really good thing.
yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe.
I think it's great, James.
May not like how I prioritize things. No, it makes a lot of sense. Once
I
we
take
start
it
deciding-
James is on the committee and Gwen is not.
That's correct, no.
But once we start assigning costs and projected costs, I think
Right.
priorities may or may not shift. But these objectives, this list of 30 or so will give us at least a guideline for the next 2 to 3 years. And we can continue adding to it, but I think there's definitely some stuff that we can complete over the next fiscal year. And there's also a number of things on here that shouldn't take a lot of funds, just time on behalf of our staff. So it looks good. It looks like we have some objectives we can absolutely complete and implement. So I think it's a good goal, good budget goal to set.
I think there's also some things on here too, and you and I, James and I talked last night for a little bit after the meeting, some things where we might be able to pull a community in, like painting at the Little League field, for instance.
I see what you're saying. Good point.
You know, those types of projects. You never know who might step up and help out a little bit with that kind of stuff too, so.
Good idea, good idea.
so guess we'll conclude the meeting. I appreciate you coming. I don't think we have anything else, Darwin.
We have nothing else for tonight, Your Honor, and if it's okay with council, we will post the draft goals and objectives on our homepage so that they're available to the public.
All right, sounds good.
Sure.
Thanks.